Bingo, bingo, bop, bop, bop. All right, yo, you know what it is. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to edit this podcast real quick. What I want to do is set myself up for success. And so, what I want to do is move this out the way, go to my little screen share real quick, and then I'm going to show you how we do this. I'm going to show you how we get it done. Okay. So the first thing that I want to do is fix my audio. All right. So in my computer right now, I have the audio files that we recorded on Saturday when we did the live taping. Okay. So with that, let me go to Alphonic. This is where I be. This is how I do it. I'm already logged in real quick. So then I go over to Productions. And this is where you would go and start a production. Now, I've actually already set up a preset, but if you didn't have a preset, all you need to do is just drag your audio file right here and it'll start to work up. The reason why I built this preset called Creators Unstuck is because on this preset, this is a multi-track preset, okay? And what do I mean by multi-track? Well, you're about to see. So if I click on this track identifier, it says doc, right? Now, what I want to do is give it an audio file to process on, but that's this particular track. And then on here, I have the second track, which is for Lou, right? So all I'm going to have to do is load in those two tracks, and that will be where I'm going to kick off my preset, right? And so they have basically the same settings because this is going to automatically set me up for success. Okay, so let me go back to productions real quick, and then you'll see I'm going to drag in two files. I got one for me and one for Lou. Okay, I'm just selecting them on my computer. I'm going to pick them up, and it says two files right there. Well, you can't see it, but on my screen it says two files, and I'm going to turn them loose. You cannot do it that way. You got to do it one at a time. Okay, never mind. I can go to do I'll just hit new production. And then I will hit blah. I want to do it differently. So I always just cheat and edit productions. So that's why this is super funny. I'll go new multi-track production. There you go. So I choose my file, and then I'll go ahead and put in myself. Bingo. There's me. I'll upload that. And then let that file do that thing. There is there. And then I'm going to add another audio track. And I'm going to choose the file. And I'll select on Lou. And then that's going to do that. And then I'll change the preset while we got it in here. Bingo. Now it's done. Because it knows which track is which track. Right? So you can select. Why are you being weird? Why are you being weird? There we go. No, it's correct. So there's the two files. It's myself and Lou. Now, these are at the exact same length because I just pulled them straight off the Ecamm multi-track. My settings, I picked automatic filtering, so it does an automatic voice EQ. I never do high-pass filtering because I use SM7B. Don't need it. And I always use the dynamic, which is keep the speech and music, remove everything else. This is technically just speech, but we don't have to sweat that. And then I have the full removal of noise, full removal of reverb, and full removal of breathing. I have the exact same settings set up for Lou. And I'm telling it on the leveling, making our two tracks the same level. I want it to be 100% even, do an auto compressor. This is speech tracks. And then I'm going to go for stereo panorama, right? So I'm not trying to, move one track to the front and one track to the back. It's not like that. Okay. So that's what that takes care of there. And then there is the metadata for this track. I don't really have to worry about that for now. Now, what I'm asking for as far as files is I'm going to get a WAV file. I'm going to get an MP3. I'm going to get a subtitle track. I'm going to get a full transcript. I'm going to get a speech track, and I'm going to get another subtitle track, which is the VTT. The VTT is what YouTube uses, okay? I'm not really going to edit our show for content, but even with the VTT track, I can always realign it if I want to, take it out. For this particular case, I don't really need it, but rather than muck with it, I just leave it be. I also, at the end, for the mastering, I have the adaptive leveler set, I have the noise gate set, and a cross gate set, okay? And because we're going to YouTube, I'm going to do -16. YouTube can go down to -14, but I'll just use 16 in this case. I'm going to hit start and run with it. Okay, now, so it's going to upload those files real quick. And while it's processing that, I will switch this over to Final Cut. That's what I'm going to use today. Boom. So when I'm in Final Cut, here is a little trick that I do. Okay, this is my last edit. This edit is perfectly fine. Over here, this was the main project. I clicked on duplicate project. So now here is duplicate project, and I'm going to change this to episode 3 because this is what this is really going to be. Okay, and so this is what we got. I'm not going to delete what I have on the timeline. What I'm going to do is hit Option W to add a little space, and then I'm going to embiggen that space about X big, and I am going to drop my video track at the end of that space. Why? So that I can grab these assets and use them, you know what I mean, when I'm ready to. I don't have to go get them again. I don't have to remake them or re-get the settings or figure out the fonts. Because this is only my second and third edit, I don't have baked reusables yet, so I just steal them from the other project, okay? And so what I'm going to do is drop in the video file real quick and put it right here on the end. Bingo. And I'm not going to touch it just yet because this is where I'm going to put the alphonic track once it's done. Once the alphonic track is done, I'm going to basically replace this track, this audio track here. I'm going to replace it with whatever comes out of alphonic. So again, what's really happening with the old alphonic track is that it's taking my audio file as recorded and Lou's audio file as recorded, and it's doing all the audio processing up front. I'm going to take, that's going to come out as a single track. Now, in the old school days, I would sit there and tweak my track and then tweak Lou's track and make them sound good and go through all, it's just a lot of hassles. This is why people hate editing podcasts, is because it takes too long. Alphonic is so dope, and it's extremely trustworthy. And as long as there's no weird mistakes, I can just take the file as is and throw it at Alphonic, and it will level, EQ, compress, noise gate, and mix tracks for all 4 participants of your podcast. You can do 8 participants of your podcast if you want. That's a dumb podcast. But you can literally take all those participants, throw them there all at one time. It'll process all of them, make them all sound even, and remove the breathings. But I'm going to get back a single stereo file that I know is going to be legit. And I can take that file and attach it to the video and just edit from there. So that's what I'm doing, and that's why I choose this process. This process is way simpler. Way simpler. Let's see, Bicky and Camera Junkie in the building. What it do? What it do? Let me go back. Screen share. All right, so I don't really have to do anything here. But if I wanted to, while I was waiting for this to happen, it's almost done. Chrome says it is at like 78% uploading. But if I wanted to, while it was doing that, I could go in and do some of my title pieces. I could remix the ending down here, so I can put that on the end. I'm over here moving the Ecamm window, not the Final Cut window. He's so crazy. Yeah. So in the end, once I'm done stealing all these little pieces and putting things where they go, I could actually just delete everything from this gray box backwards, and then that would be what I export. Okay. So for now, let's grab all of these and then hold down the command key to grab this and this. And I'm going to say copy, boop to the end. And then I'm about right there, and I can paste that in right there. Okay, so then I can remove this little piece. Oh, you jacked the audio. You jacked the audio. You can reconnect the audio later. I'm gonna reconnect that about right there, and then jack this piece. Boom. So that should be about right towards the end. Boom. So I already know that my ending is gravy without doing anything. I am set. And if I go back to here, I'll grab my two little bumps that I often use. I like that because it just adds a little something to the transition on the way out, so it's not super stale. I'll stay here. And then I want to tab back a little bit. And then I will embiggen those so I can see what I'm doing. Pick those up, drop them right there. So that covers the switch change. Bam. All right, so we know we're good there. We know we are good there. Okay, Alphonic is almost done doing what it needs to do. So you'll see that part in just a split second. What is up, Factor Cast? Good to see you here. All right. Boom. This is the moment we're waiting for. Oh my God. Yo, my knee is killing me, which is not good because I'm leaving for Japan. And you got to do a lot of walking. I mean, a lot of walking. You're going to be walking forever. All right, process. In the meantime, what are y'all working on? What is everybody up in here working on doing these here time frames? Yo, I just picked this up. This is so dumb, but I got it from Mary Lou, and I love this thing. This thing is so handy. Okay, so check this out. You can go flat, boom. It's kind of sort of nothing. Just kick it like that, right? Then if you need to pull out a little piece, like you just need a little stand, bingo. And then you can make a little stand with a little lean back, bingo. You can turn it into a full ass like handle for your phone. So you can handle it like such. You can make it tall by doing stuff like this. Or you can reverse tall it by doing stuff like that. Like, this thing is crazy, bro. And it totally works. Like, it just grabs the back of the phone. And then boom. Look at that. That is gold. This thing is absolutely gold. It is so good. I'd be like, give yourself a little extra handle to do your thing. Like, this thing is super clutch. Factor Cast, I am doing fine, brother. I am doing fine. It's a great day to be a creator. I'm telling you. No better time than the present. So much cool things happening in the world right now. I'm super excited. I'm ready for my little trip. And this is it. Just packed down small. I also have the one from Moft over here, which also good. I use this basically daily. Same thing. You can just slap it on the back. Boom. Give yourself a little stand. But this one is cool because you split it. And then you got a little stand like this. You know what I'm saying? And same thing. You can use it to hold the phone while you're doing a little record. It's so much different than holding the side. It's actually, a little, strangely enough, I don't know why, it's more stable to do this than it is to do this. I don't know why. That was dumb. I totally shook that on purpose, but you know what I mean? It's like way simpler. All right, audio processing is almost done, so we can get in here and chop this broccoli. I was thinking about doing this part ahead of time, but I swear when I explain to people how I do it, they always get a little cross-eyed when I talk about how to do this. Okay, so hold on real quick. Yo, I just got a warning. Super funny. I just got a warning from Ecamm that my disk space is low when it says that I have like over 100 gigabytes left. So let me just go ahead and erase this drive real quick. It won't take but a second. It's really funny how it calculates that this space is low when I got like all of this space left. And then while it's doing that, let me do another thing real quick. I'm going to move a bunch of stuff real fast because I can. I need this creators unstuck. This one is dumb. This one is dumb. Alright. I think I sent that to Luis already. Come on, trash can. Hurry up. Alright. It's doing speech recognition, so that part of the edit is almost dead. Let me go ahead and get this straightened up. FRK. Boom. Alright, speech recognition means it is almost done. That is so exciting. I'm so excited. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's click on this. Oh, you're changing your first live stream to members only. What? That's cool. Come on, bruh. Yeah, it's a whole vibe, as they say in the streets. Let's go here. Let's do that. Let's do this, and then let's do this, and then I want to flip flop. That's okay. Let's do this and go to here. Go to here. Bingo. Alright. And then let's grab everything except today. Let's do date modified order. Let's grab all of this and move it. I like to move it. I like to groove it. Boom, 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 boom. It's super funny that, like, sometimes when you're trying to delete the trash, it takes forever. It's like, it's kind of nerve-wracking why it takes forever to delete the trash. It's super silly. All right, I know what I'll do. That'll make it faster. I'll tell Ecamm to stop recording to the hard drive while it's doing that. Look, dude, normally this is way quicker, but just today, because I wanted to do this fast, it's actually not way quicker. Normally this happens quick. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the internet. Anyway, let's go. You're holding up. Now I know why I should have did that first instead of waiting. But L, why are you changing your live stream to members only? That's pretty good. I appreciate it. What's up, yo? It's almost there. It's almost season. It is almost the season to be jolly. That has me super stoked. It says you cannot empty the trash because it is being emptied. Why is it taking so freaking long to empty the trash? You're killing me, bro. You don't make no sense. We'll skip that. Skip that. There we go. Now it's jamming. Good. All right, I covered that. Now Ecam is flying. Dude, what are you doing, Offonic? I need you guys to be quick when I'm trying to do a demo. Normally this happens so fast. We have news since you made it. Oh, come on, gangster. There you go. Man, that first 100 is the thing that trips people up so bad. Like trying to get to that first 100, and the fact that you did it, boom, you're on a mission. You're on a mission. That is very good. Take time. Like, this is super important. Take actual time to celebrate that victory. I would go as far to say it's worth making a video thanking the first 100 people. I really do. I think it is. I think it's worth saying, hey guys, we made it to 100. We really appreciate you, so forth, so on, etc. And number two, this gives you something to go back and look upon later, so you can see the progress of your channel as it has flowed. You know what I mean? So you should definitely celebrate the milestones like 100, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, so forth, so on, etc. Like every 500, you should take a minute to give yourself props for that and sort of remind yourself that whole journey, because that's a thing, bro. That is definitely a thing. Right, yo? It is such a thing. Let's see. I saw you posted a video like 2 days ago, Yolanda. Says, I am AT&T's fiber. It's supposed to be gig up and down, but it's been trickling. Yeah, okay. So it's not mine too. It wasn't just me. My upload speeds have been crazy slow, which is weird. Because normally they're quick. Oh, you're going to trim the intro and outro from all of those streams. There you go. That's smart. That's smart. All right. Come on, Offonic. You were killing me. I could be done. I could be done chopping this broccoli by now. That's what I get for wanting to show you how to do something live. Oh, so while we're doing that, let me show you what else I was doing. We were talking about thumbnails yesterday on Mary Lou's podcast. This is a super stupid thumbnail. But this to me, this is fun. Like, I really enjoy doing stuff like this. All right, so while I was doing that, I went and I looked at my old ones, right? So go here. And I did an old thumbnail a while back, which I thought was good, and it was about editing your thumbnails live. So in my brain, I was like, we're going to be sitting here doing nails. So I looked for a picture of, some dude working at a nail salon. And so that's what this is, right? That's the thing where you put your hand. That's the little grinder thing to grind down your cuticles or whatever, the little light. And then you can pick your little shade, like the whole 9 yards. So I said, okay, cool. We're going to do editing the podcast live. So I went in, took that same idea, and I looked in media, and I said I needed to find, somebody that was editing. So, like, I saw this girl here, and I was like, oh, that's a lot to cut out. So I'm not going to do that one. So I just kept looking, but you can do, if you switch from here and go straight to Adobe Stock, you can do a search that's deeper, and you can say find images like that. So based off of her, I said find an image like that, and I saw this one too, and I was like, this is cool, but I still needed it to be a little brighter. So I kept this one in mind. That was going to be a case, just in case. So I kept finding, I almost did this one, but that looks AI. So I was like, nope, didn't want to do that. So I just kept looking, and I finally found the dude who was in the picture, right? So what I did real quick, let me show you, is Pohoto. There it is. So I went to Pohoto Shop, and I isolated. Ooh, don't do that. I'll go to put it back. All right. So I isolated homie from the background, right? And then I put my little head chop, which came from this one, right? I just put the little head chop. I copied it dropped it over here, and then I put it in position, embiggened it so that it looks stupid, found out a good spot, which is about like right here, and then I take the back, hit the erase key, and then I erased it. And so save that as a PNG. Ooh, why are you weird, Photoshop? There you go. Save that as a PNG, and then I'm able to come back to Chrome. I just dropped it in, and then that's how you do it. So you just make yourself a little big head you to put in position, and then you're gravy, and then you're gravy. Why is it dumb? So it's just, a little bit more eye-catching. It's definitely stupid, but it's eye-catching. And I don't even, for this, I didn't even really need to make this nail because I don't even know if I'm going to keep this video. It's really just there to show you guys how to edit this podcast. If I was going to do it, I probably would have definitely did the alphonic part ahead of the game just to keep it, on point. Yo, why are you tripping? Okay. I know what I can do. I can find the portions. I can find the portions where I'm going to put graphics while I'm waiting for this because this is driving me crazy. All right, so let's go over here. I can't cut the part I want to cut right now because it's just not going to let me do this because it's going to mess me up. But we're here. Okay, so I can mark that. Can go to the home on this one. Boom, copy that. Paste it. I wish there was a way, because I have multiple clipboard buffers. I wish there was a way to do multiple clipboard buffers for effects in Final Cut. That would be the bomb. Oh, come on, fingers. All right, bingo. I just realized something stupid. Okay, go back. Oh, you can't. Thank you, Kevin. You know why? Because this. He's stupid. Okay, what about now, Kevin? Oh my God, this is gonna be funny. About time, everybody, and then whip it up in a little. Can you hear that now? Upon it, and you're like, oh, hold up, girl. Oh, you know what? Let me move this over here. I can tell myself. Girl, what was that? Yeah, you can hear that. No, you can hear it. You should be able to hear it at this point, right? I'm thinking. There we go. Okay, Chris. Thank you, Chris. You can hear it. Unless you're gonna do it. Extra, best spread the deuce. All right, now it makes sense. No, it makes sense. All right. It's funny because I had Final Cut covering you guys because it's the biggest screen. So let me see. Yes. Man, you think about. All right, so let me go back to here. Boom, boom, boom. Look, see that, Chris? That was from you, from the last sode. I needed this. That came directly from Chris. That is a Chris and Jim Dealcaster special. Don't fear the gear. Actually, on this one, I should actually put that one here instead. Let me do that. Boom. And then I'm going to change it because when I'm going to shine, we'll shine together. None that you always had a friend. About you went to the end. So this week we're talking about what's holding you back. So that's our question. There you go. It help you if you don't raise. Is one
over the years done the work on that, and that has developed over the years.
Yes, man. You think about our mom's ability to go into the fridge. Why? We're talking about my common terminology, being a poor kid. I don't even remember what I put in there. Moms be doing like it's just something that I've developed the skill. Turning those weaknesses or perceived weaknesses into an advantage, and like think about some of the things that are holding you back, because maybe we can help you so you can figure out how to make that work for you. So you mentioned the one thing about being a female in the production space. I have a similar thing of being a person of color in the production space. But one of the ways I've always flipped that on the head, I believe, is expectations are lower. So I don't run my mouth. Head, all right, let me do this real quick. I'm going to go to hither. Bingo. All right. So you'll see what basically Alphonic did, even though that took way longer than it needed to, is it kept our tracks. It's muting the sections of me where Lou is talking. I have my occasional interjections, but on the sections where Lou is talking, it basically kind of muted my mic, right? On the sections where I'm talking, it mutes Lou's mic, except for when she says something. When you see the blue, that's me. When you see the green, that's Lou, right? So it's kind of showing you some of the different parts, and it's helping cut out all of the weird mic bleed and all of that stuff. Stay here. Okay, so you see, there's the WAV file that we need. Let's go ahead and download that. And then I don't need this for right now, but I could take this subtitle track and already start letting, one of my apps or whatever go to town on that. Yes, I've been telling people for years. They don't listen to me, Chris. I've been telling people to do this mess for hot years. No one listens to your mans, right? I don't know why they don't listen to me. I'm pretty much a genius, but hey, y'all do you. He know what he talking about. Watch this, Chris. Let's listen to my track.
Right. So I love the instant.
My track, dead silent. right? None. Yep, just say none, right? So yeah, it's Alphonic is that gangster when it comes to this type of stuff. People don't be listening to me. I be trying to tell them stuff. They hard headed. They are hard headed. That's okay. You know what Mama used to say? Hard head leads to a soft butt. All right, so Alphonic is currently downloaded by track. And recently, Alphonic's been slow at downloading that too. So let's go back to cut and keep working. But I do have my new track. Mini, Final Cut. Oh, I don't run my mouth. I'm going to just do it. And then they be like, oh, who did that? And they be like, oh, I did that. And they like, show you what you're working with, right? Put your money where your mouth is, so to speak. So oftentimes in a situation where people are going to think less of you, the knee-jerk reaction is the one to fight back. The knee-jerk reaction is to be like, yo, I've got Pelés. I have awards. Like, I have won. Like, every job I've ever been in sales, I've been the number one salesperson the next time they count score. Chris, right? The number one reason why I don't use Logic, even though I might be faster at the actual motion of using Logic, but the reason why I stopped using it to edit podcasts is I tweak too much. I cannot stop myself. So by using Alphonic, it's just going to do all of the processing for me. And I won't sit there and be playing with EQ sliders all day like I'm mastering, like I'm Shep freaking Pettibone. I'm not trying to be Shep Pettibone. I'm trying to get this podcast done in under an hour. So that's, I have to stop myself. So I can't do it in Logic anymore. Like, I love Logic. That's my life. But, I'll be in there too long.
Estimated. Like being the underdog means you're just underestimated and you're also unexpected.
Ooh, dog means you're... I need this clip right here. Y'all remember this one?
Underestimated. Like
thing. And do the thing. Do the thing.
In being underestimated. Like being the under... Estimated. Like being the underdog means you're just underestimated and you're also unexpected.
Oh, that might need a full joint. No, I don't want to cover her face because that one, you know what I mean? This is where editing decisions come in. This would make a cool full cover, but like what she said is so dope, you kind of don't want to cover the face on that. You know what I mean? So that's the challenge.
Estimated. Like being... There's a big advantage in being underestimated. Like being the underdog.
There you go. Let's take this, and then we tap this over. I could have used a shift tap. It would have been quicker. Thing, and yeah, it's kind of funny.
There's a big advantage in being underestimated. Like being the underdog means you're just underestimated and you're also unexpected.
Oh, no,
being the underdog.
Okay. And on the question of today, what's holding you back? One of the common ones I hear, and I would say also it was one of mine for the longest time, is everybody will go to time. Boom. Okay, so go back to home, steal this, copy, go back to end, people. I don't have this, and I'm not talking about the herb. I'm talking go to time, and I'm not talking about the herb. I'm talking. You guys know that I am a weirdo. You guys know that I'm a weirdo. So here comes me being weird. Let's go. Let's go to the Chrome. And then let's go here. Stock .adobes. Time. Bingo. I need an isolation. Let's do this one. Oh, this one's already isolated. Save yourself a step. This one is prettier, yes, But this one's pre-isolated. If it's pre-isolated, save yourself the drama, mama. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do. Actually, I have this one licensed. Let me pull that re-download and see how good the remover is. But you know what? I have. Let's see. I have 116 credits. I do what I want. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just pull this one because it's cheaper to keep her. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let me go ahead and license this one. Bingo. That's why you gotta have your tools, man. You gotta have your tools so that you can just do what you gotta do. Like you shouldn't have to go think about it and then spend 3 days looking for something else and like, oh my God, and like, how can I get this for free and all of that? I mean, I get it, fam, I get it, but like, if you can put yourself in a position to win, put yourself in a position to win, right? I'm in position to win. I could just go and make this decision super fast and get on about my business. I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to go through all of the different strokes for different folks. You know what I should do? I should make another screen share scene so I don't have to keep switching it over here because it's taking too long. Anyway, so I'm going to take this particular JPEG and drop it into your photo shizzle real quick. Boom. And then I'm going to see, I'm going to give it one chance, one opportunity to grab the background, remove the background. Can't do it. Bingo. That looks cute enough for government work. I can fix it, but again, I don't want to spend too much time tweaking. So I can press on this and then be careful not to spend too much time tweaking, because that's how you get stuck, playing games that you don't want to play, right? I don't know how my tool got de-docked, but let me grab it. That's why Photoshop looks weird. My tools are de-docked. Huh. That is so crazy. There you go. That should solve that problem. All right, now my tools won't be de-docked. That was weird. I didn't even notice that they were de-docked like that. What was I looking for? I was looking for a brush so that I could, not that. I want to get on the black and then embiggen the brush and just paint this back in. What are you doing the wrong way? White. Paint this back in real quick because it's going to happen at a blink second. No one's really going to pay attention. And yeah, that looks fine. I'm not even going to tweak. I'm gonna edit ugly today because you know what? This is just podcast. It's about what we say. Okay, so what I want to do is just save this file. So I'm going to export. Come on, fingers. Export quick to PNG. Bingo. Desktop. Bingo. Go back to Final Cut. Bingo. All right. So I'm going to pop this in here. Oh, that's Ecamm, you ding dong. That's so Ecamm. That's not even Final Cut. Your boy is tripping. All right, I'm going to pop this in here. Nope, cancel. I just want this here. I'm going to biggen this. Put this here. I think I said it about right about the herb. And I'm not talking. Position keyframe. Yes. Talking about the herb. Position keyframe. Yes. And then position keyframe. Let's back it up. And I'm not talking about the everybody will go to time. And I'm not talking about the herb, I'm talking about time. Everybody will say, stupid, but it works. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to add a little bit of fun. All right, cool. Let me do the audio part real quick so I can stop thinking about it. Let's see. Did it finish? Boom. Yes, it did. All right, so I'm going to pick this up, drop that in there, line these two pieces up. These two pieces should line up basically flawlessly.
It's so early. It's so early.
Let me biggin this up and go to the beginning of that clip. Okay, line these two up. There you go. 4:31:08. Aloha, everybody, and welcome to Creators
Unstuck.
I take it back. We're gonna do it again. We start.
I know. It was wrong. But the thing is, we roll with it.
It's the Katie though. There you go. That's close enough for government work. Take this one, turn it all the way down. Take these two, highlight it, Option G, and call that as a clip. This is the master clip that I'm working with. Now, Katie is in my brain, bro. Now it's there. Now I can chop this.
Have you ever felt like?
There we go. Yay! Okay, so my I got that one piece. So basically all I did was I dragged in the other part and then put it back. Alphonic Desktop now will not load on my Silicon machines, but the developer also said he's not going to update them anymore. So the desktop version is missing a lot of the cool stuff. But yeah, super dope stuff. So now that I have attached my audio is fine. I can just roll faster because I'm not thinking about it.
Have you ever felt like the underdog? Are you?
But look how much better that sounds. Jesus Christ, the Alphonic is gangster. All right, so let's go from here. We are here. And then begin where we go. Like how fast one can upload a video, cut a video, fix the sound on a podcast. Like, it's bananas. When I do this podcast, I take my audio and Lou's audio, and I throw them in an app that basically evens us out and makes her sound louder than me softer, so that we can be even. Somewhere in the middle, and then it put that back into a single audio file that is just ready to go. I can just pop that right in. Before, that alone, just getting the levels right, would probably take me an hour or so of just tweaking. So I think about that. But I also believe that it's super easy nowadays because of things like the watch and ring. I can self-audit my day, right? Because Google will give, I can see where I'm wasting time. And then they hit you with, oh man, but you used to, blah, blah, more than anybody else in my crew. You have got to give me that space to do this thing I want to do because the button for the censor friend. I can't find it. No. All right, it's none of those. All right,
I feel like that's disadvantage is all the things.
I don't have the censor button loaded, but I can hit it with so there's that. All right, like legit. So, and most people are afraid to do that because they're afraid to lose a friend. Any friend that won't give you the space to do the thing that you need to do to improve your life is not your freaking friend. So if I say, Sammy, listen, I got to handle this business, Sammy will be like, bet, I'll hit you up next week. And then Sammy would laugh at you because Sammy just laughs at everything. But, you know, that's what he would do because he's a real G, right? That's my little nephew. Like, I know he would give me the space. I know that most of you got. Now, I think time is one that everybody uses. And I tell you, if you do a day audit and you check the rhyme, you can probably find some space. And you really need like an hour a day to get started. And you will find from the love and the care and the attention that you put into your craft, hours a day is enough. And you'll quickly. And I tell you, if you do a day audit. No, not that one. So let me drop a marker right here. Then I can grab this. And then go back. Wait. I wish that the cut would stop on markers, but it doesn't. I don't know why it doesn't. I wish it would because it would make life a lot easier. Uses, and I tell you, if you do a day audit and you check the rhyme, you can probably find some space, and you really need like an hour a day to get started. And you will find from the love. No, unless somebody else telling you what. No.
Yeah. So it's like, and with time, like we have the ability to wake up earlier or stay up later, or furthering the human race. I'm not participating in that game. Do right with your time. So yesterday I had to wake up wait, because I have this flexibility, I can make that choice. So while that was perhaps a disadvantage, because like, oh, they're on the East Coast, like I have to get up. I think I was like up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock to be like on camera, like 5:30. You know, Doc does this all the time because he's like on another planet. And yesterday, instead of that being like, oh, I gotta wake up early, then I'll go back. Great, and I just like killed it. I did so much yesterday, and now next week I'm getting up extra early again.
Isn't it freaking incredible? So it's funny you say that, because I was just talking about how the time thing changed. It was telling Ecam that I'm not afraid to get up at 4 in the morning because I'm ex-military, so I have no problem doing it. And then when I do get up that early to do some things, normally I'm done by like 5 or maybe 6. Kevin said, what's the shortcut for 2x playback? J, K, and L, homie. Let me show you. I'll cheat by popping this into demo mode. Go to demo mode. I'll bring Final Cut to the front. And so you'll see if you press, it actually doesn't show keyboard strokes. Anyway, never mind. If you press play, had to run to the other side, and then you press L. That means instead of listening to the car, I listen. You know what I'm saying? So you can Jekyll, JKL, right? J is backwards, L is forwards, K stops it. And if you hit JS multiple times, it increases. If you hit 8 multiple times, it increases.
Extra early again.
Change. Y'all keep asking me, like, how do you know all of these things? I have a dedicated hour to fill my brain with new content. And it is, what is the word? Not unrevocable. Like 2 hours of golden hour, because I have a practice, people. It's called golden hour. Not unrevocable. Oh my God, I can't think of the word right now.
It's
for going on 20 years now. Like, I'm gonna spend an hour first thing in the morning getting blessed. If I had to run to the other jerk in the car, I gotta listen to Seth. Guess who wins? You know what I'm saying?
Wop,
Seth
wop,
got
wop,
you. Sorry, Kendrick. You know, I want to see Kendrick versus Jerry Vaynerchuk. That'd be dope. Jerry would win.
Oh, that's
I kind of want to put a graphic in here, but I'm not going to tweak.
fun.
All right, so I'm going to listen to get one of those things, and I think you just nailed it on the head, right? I found that what normally people would say, oh, it's so early, it's so early, it's so early. Like, that's an advantage, homie, because you got space for a minute. You know what I mean? And then you're up and about in your house when no one else is in your way, right? And so, you know, a famous doc saying, either you're in or you're in the way. So let's go. I used to sell a t-shirt that say that.
That's a really good t-shirt. It's either you're in or you're in the way.
I'm right to that.
You better choose a lane. Choose a lane. With these disadvantages, perceived disadvantages, that might be your superpower, right? You can make choices, and a lot of times there's things you can do about it. So like with the time zone thing. So it's like everybody else is awake at a different time, but you have to be awake because the people you're working with are on the other side of the planet. Well, that is an advantage actually, because you have to get up earlier, so you have a head start, you have more time. So it is about these choices. So even with like, I don't know graphic design that well. Like I don't have the with like, I don't know choices. So it is about the more time. But the advantage is, because of being who's working on our graphic, or the people who have other services, like, because we're out here.
Okay, I have a thought. But before I get to that thought,
our stuff here, working on our graphics. I cannot wait to see, of even like people saying like, oh,
I have a thought. But before I get to that thought, oh my God. First of all, I was going to give you props on the dope segue to bring in the sponsor line. But if you just clicked in, you just tuned in, you just found us some kind of way. Today we're talking about turning marker that. Back up. Bingo. Copy that. And then go back to the marker. You can go shrink faster to come back, and that helps you. Your weaknesses into strengths. You just tuned in. You just found us some kind of way to. Come here. Found us some kind of way. Today we're talking about turning your weaknesses into strengths. I know as a creator, Bruh, the timing is so good. It's kind of crazy. AT, what up, homie? There's a lot of weaknesses. Some are perceived, some are real as all get. But we're still gonna tell you how to flip them on a butt and let's, turn them into a strength. So speaking of sponsors, because Lou just did it, like, man, that was elegant. We gotta give a big shout out to PodPack. PodPack. Okay, put that marker there. Go to the home. And then in this case, I need to shrink and just scrub. There's Lou. There's Lou. Did I put a PodPack in here last week? Uh-oh. I don't remember. There it is. Which one is this? There's Paul. There's Lou. I know I haven't put it on one of these bad boys. I am not a tech. There you go. Scrub. What is this? Maryland Skillshare. Oh, I didn't. Okay, so if I go to this, bingo, I might have put it in here. I did not. So I'll just add it. Go back to here. And then I'll go get one. You know what I mean? This is my marker. PodPack. All right, so I can look into my little bag of tricks here. And let me see if I did make a screenshot of PodPack, which I'm pretty sure I did. I make thousands of screenshots, and what I should have did was label them. There's this really cool application I just recently found out about, and it automatically names your screenshots. And what it is, I don't remember. My buddy Jeff put me onto it, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna find the name of it, and I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna bring it to life. But it's a brand new joint, and it literally take pictures of your. And take a screenshot and rename it. I swear I even made a movie of showing the PodPack. Maybe I saved that and put it in. Maybe I did it when I did the edit inside scenery. Anyway, let me go just pull the screenshot from the page. All right. I'll do this real quick. Also, I've been using Shotter for years, but I have been hearing about doing some stuff with Screenshot X. So that might have to go down at some point in my life too. I'm just waiting for the part where the flow lands in the middle, and then you guys will see what I did. It's super stupid. You don't got to be like me. I'm a weirdo. And began. All right, cool. Now I can hit the Final Cut. I could just drag this little piece in. Boom. Turn it loose right there. A butt, and let's, turn them into a strength. So speaking of sponsors, because Lou just did it, like, man, that was elegant. We got to give a big shout out to, there we go. We want PodPack in here. So now I'm just going to click that. Now, a lot of people like to use this to do their embiggening. I almost never do this. I guess it's faster, but I always just do it with using the actual numbers and sliders. I have no idea why. It's just me. But yeah, that's it. Now, the other thing I do, because I'm just a weirdo, and in this particular case, instead of moving it in the way that I was going to, what I can do is come over here and get my, there's auto sizing. I have auto animator. You got pens and zooms. You got vertical pens, pro pens, pro zooms. I'm actually going to get my animations, and then I'm going to put one here, and then put one here. The only thing that's trippy about this, you can't just play it like this, because it's going to do something weird. Give a big shout out to PodPack. Podpack, you can find them at thepodpack.com. That is our homie. Right? I don't want it to have that blank. So what you do is, number one, make sure that they're lined up properly. Out the Podpack. And then you take these and you do that whole Option G again, turn that into a clip. And then you don't have that problem no more. The Podpack. Podpack, you can find them at thepodpack.com. That is our homie Marshall. There you go. There's one weird little glitch at the very front. It might just still be, it's still rendering, that's all. Anyway, so I can just do that. That's good. It's our homie Marshall Fox, and you'll notice right now that we have some really generic branding. Not for long. Not for long, homie, because Podpack is over there working feverishly on our new brand kit, and our brand kit is going to look so dope when it's done. Like, it's amazing. I just got to break bread with him in Atlanta, and I see what their team can do. It's phenomenal. If you go over to Podpack, thepodpack.com, it's podpack.com, and use the code creators and stuff, you can get $500 off. I should put in a lower third. Podpack.com. Let's go to hither. Grab that. And use the over to Podpack, the Podpack. Put that. And then lowercase. Boom. And adjust it. Pack.com. It's the THE podpack.com. And use the code creators. I just want to do this. And then drop that Y. Drop the Y. Y. Calling that. And making this a little bit. Over to Podpack, the Podpack. Come on, dude. Pack.com. Podpack. Boom. Thepodpack.com. It's the THE podpack.com. And use the code creators unstuck. It's just unstuck. You're gonna get $500 off your podcast branding pack. Okay? Okay. So your podcast, your show, your YouTube channel, whatever get your goodness got, go check them out. It's gonna be dope. And then our other sponsor, I'll let Mary Lou read it because it just was creepy when I do it.
Other sponsor, Creators Unstuck, is sponsored by Doc Potts. Look good, sound good. Doc has done the work and has no.
Just gonna cheat. Put this here. Oh, I almost forgot to spell the whole thing. Like, he's stupid. We can
through my orders up so everybody can look good.
Oh God, I said I had a thought. I forgot what it was that quick. But then Know Your Joe just put the comment in. So this is why you record in front of a live studio audience, people. This is why you record in front of a live studio audience. Thank you, Joe. The reason why people say we spend too much time online is those people have those little germ factories running around their house. And Cosmopolitan told them that letting their little germ factories be online is bad for them. So they accepted that whole cloth, right? I have a nephew who, of the nieces and nephews, that don't listen to me, and I was like, allow him to be online. He loves music. Let's get him making music videos. Let's get Cosmo making beats, right? Because he's a dancer. And so rather than just watch other people dance, how about learning how to make music? Because dance is better because he can make the tracks and his ability to choreograph, whatever. And Cosmo's only 13 or 14, and he just got 16 to go do a workshop. You know what I mean? Because he spends time online creating beats, creating videos, like dancing. He's doing a video, he's doing an API, he's doing a Wi-Fi, he's doing a workshop, he's doing all at age 14. While the parents say, oh, this is what I do. What? You're so lazy part. And it's just like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Cosmo's been out of the house in a couple years. And all y'all did, y'all didn't like skirt. Why you trying to make me? You sound foolish. You sound foolish telling your kid not to be online. And now you think you two don't need to be online, and everybody's making money online, and you feel some type of way because you're not making money online. If you do not let go of that thought, you cannot be successful online yourself because you have a certain amount of disregard for the thing that you're trying to use to make money. Online is not bad. There are idiots in the streets, there's idiots online, and you just learn how to navigate them. You know, when you grow up hood, you learn how to navigate thuggishness in the street. So if you grow up online, you learn how to navigate thuggishness online. You don't hide from it, you work with it. So that's my thought. That had nothing to do with today's show. Well, maybe it does.
It
but
does.
I think it blocks people. I think it secretly blocks people from winning online because they still listening to Cosmo and all this other dumb stuff about social media is bad and blah, 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 blah. You can curate your feed. I don't see dumb stuff on my feed.
Right. So okay. So then that brings me to the next point that I want to discuss with you is about your perceptions. Like a lot of the times we've discussed in previous episodes, like the insecurities, the things that you're feeling are really projections for somebody else. It's somebody else's insecurity. So think about the projection that's happening. So this morning at breakfast, I was talking with Will, my partner, about this kind of concept. Just like, I was like, what do you feel like people thought was a disadvantage of your
creative visuals, bro? So here's what we did. You just popped up, so I'll explain it to you real quick. I just put your comment in the way so I can't switch. Oh, he is having a whole kind of field day. What I did before is I went to my favorite sound sweetening joint, which is known as Alphonic, and then on on Alphonic, I basically did that first, right? Let me go back to Chrome real quick so you can see. I basically bring that process in the Alphonic first, and then if I go to edit this production, there's my microphone, there's Lou's microphone. I did the EQ, did speech sort of isolation, take out all of the breaths and things like that, take out any room reverb that I don't really have. My room is kind of tight, but Mary Lou has some because she's in an apartment, and I did that first. And what I even did with this is I had it stick them joints together, right? So I end up with both of the tracks actually fixed, but it comes back as a single track. And so with that single track, it's already been adjusted. So I did all of my audio adjustments first, and then I stick it to the video so that way you don't get lip drift, because I'm combining it before I start chopping. So yeah, that's a super good question, bro. Super good question. It's unstuck. It's just unstuck. Yeah, because I'm stupid. You know what it is. You know what it is, bro. Anyway, let's get back. I don't know why I did that. Because you be saying stuff. You say stuff out of whack.
But it's actually an advantage. So he was working in writers' rooms.
Tall and smiley.
Yes, being tall and smiley was definitely an advantage. So we were talking about working in writers' rooms. He's also an actor. So he's an actor. He usually sometimes still auditions. But was it an advantage at him, or was it other people were because he was doing the most? Like, in a good way. Because when you think about it, you can't be a star because you're an actor. But like, that's not real. Because you think that's an extra point. You have an different way, and that's like all create now. The disadvantage of them not bringing him on to be staff writers, right? Because the locks to the door. So a perceived disadvantage, because like in the system, it served as a disadvantage, but like in truth, it is a superpower. And now he's using that superpower because he's a writer and a performer and a musician and a comedian and doing all of his things. So think about that whenever your disadvantages like start to flare up or start to get in your way or cause trouble.
She said your disadvantages flare up like they're hemorrhoids.
Is that you or is it just it's their BS that's getting in your way?
It is their BS, man. And their BS is their belief system, right? A lot of times other people's belief system can definitely get you, man. It can definitely get you. Alphonic.com. Oh my God, it's so true. It's free for a certain amount. I just get, like, again, I think of one of the things that's holding you back being an advantage, right? I heard a story where terribly disorganized, but how to work their way through all of this, right? It's just their brain is so fast, put a bunch of stuff in. So at a networking event, met business cards, but they busy. So they just keep doing Aubrey, if you're still interested in working together. Surprised that you called me back to work again. I tried to explain this to my team. Just let me do it. But they how to move a page from one page to the other page. I'm like, wow, you guys are playing a show. And like, in working with them, love them to death. They're awesome. All these different videos. We want to cover this. I was like, don't worry. I just need to see a list of stuff we need to make video about. But we didn't even plan the rest of these videos. It's okay. Failure to plan is planning to fail. But there's also over planning. There's procrastination.
Plan crash the nation.
There's also over planning. There's procrastination. Failure to plan is planning to fail. But there's also over planning. There's procrastination.
Plan crash the nation. Yeah, that's true.
That's a new one.
That's true. Okay, so I have a game that I want to play.
Ooh, let's
with
play a
this
game.
advantage, disadvantage. But before we get to that, I want to know.
I can actually show you real quick because it'll make all the sense in the world. Let me do something. Let me talk to you. Let me. All right, cool. All right, I could take take this here phone, right? Open up voice, memo, bingo, right? This is a test of the iPhone, just natural recording system built into the iPhone. Of course, there's no processing. There's no nothing, and it just sounds kind of stupid. And I could just keep talking about it after you do the really obnoxious breath. And we're just going to call it a day, and that's 15 seconds of audio. Bingo. Okay? There's the file. So I'm fitting to share this file. It's going to send it to my computer. And then I'll go back over here, go to Chrome. When I started, all right, let me do this real quick before I do that. When I started, I had these files down here. These are the files for the podcast, correct? There's my camera, Mary Lou's camera, our combined camera, Paul in the background, just moderating. So there's me, there's Lou, there's us together. There's my mic. Online this is her mic.
The drama was fun.
You can even tell how much
the drama
lower.
was fun, and maybe one day I will learn how to repair.
You can see how much lower she is than me just out of the gate. Okay, so I go to Alphonic here, bingo. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna show you. Come back out. I'm gonna just go to productions. I'm gonna just make a new production, and instead I'm gonna get that file that I just copied with my phone. Hold on, let me do this real quick. Stop. This is a test of the. Stop. Let me do this real quick. Pull this out. Why are you being weird? Okay. Bingo. All right, so I'm going to drag this file in. And then I have my choices. I made these. Everything up top, they made. Everything down here, I made. So all of these are there. So I'll just take the plain Jane voice cleaner, remove the breathings, upload. There's the file. I'm going to just take an MP3, but if I want, I could take a wave. I could take whatever, right? We're going to call this a day. And then automatic EQ, automatic level, automatic filter, automatic normalization. And then it says keep the speech and remove everything else. I want to remove all the breath, remove all of the room echo, the whole 9 yards. And just say start. And then I hit start. And it's going to upload that file. It's going to say waiting for a second because it's thinking. And again, right there, alphonic.com. And now it's processing that audio. And it'll be done in a second because it was a short file. Basically, bingo. So that was the before sound. This is the after sound, and this is what it sounds like now. This is a test of the iPhone, just natural recording system built into the iPhone. Of course, there's no processing. There's no nothing, and it just sounds kind of stupid. So... and I could just keep talking. All I did with that is I just hit download. I downloaded that file. And then when I came over to Final Cut, this file is that clean audio plus the original audio. The original audio is hiding in here. I just turned the volume down. This is the original audio. Oh, you can't see. You can see that. This is the original audio. So if I mute this,
Your pick of the week.
I keep telling myself.
okay, and I turn that one down. Actually, I just mute this one, and then unmute this one.
I was gonna make a graphic.
Much better it is.
Oh,
Right? So
there it is. There's the graphic.
Is there?
So yeah, all I did is take the original sound, turn it down, take the alphonic track, turn it up,
Oh, we did it. Good job.
and then they're linked. It's that simple. It is that simple. So go back. And don't use it as a Final Cut plugin. Not everything needs to be a plugin because websites nowadays are doping than half of these plugins. There you go. Many websites these days are doping in the plugins. There's a lot you can do. And if you don't want to buy Alphonic, Adobe has podcast.adobe.com. They got a free one too. It's almost as good. I won't say just as good. It's almost as good. Alphonic's been around for like 15 years. Their shit's dope.
Your pick of the week.
I keep telling myself. There it is. There's the graphic.
Is there? We did it. Good job.
There it is.
Your pick of the week. We get to that. I want to know your
Bingo. And then let me scroll back. What did I do with it? No. I should label these damn things. One of these days, I will label these things. There it is. Copy that. Is there an importance to doing it at the beginning as opposed to... No, you could do it at the end too. I'm going to do it at the end again anyway, Kevin. So yeah, I do it twice. But yeah, there's no importance. I just like to edit with the shit sounding good. Because if I'm editing when it sounds bad, I'm tempted to sit there and start trying to fix it, knowing good and well I'm going to fix it later. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a keep Doc from being Doc to Doc. You know what I'm saying? Like I messed myself up. So that's really what it's about. I know me. I know that, especially like I used to be a pro audio engineer, and I will literally sit there and tweak for days. You know what I mean? Pick of the week.
I want to know I want to know your pick of the week.
My pick of the week is an application called Mac Whisper. Okay. Chad, I see how you...
Oh, I'm downloading this right.
To say it correctly, Norland, it might be Yorty instead of Jordy. Anyway, hi, Mary Lou.
Hi there.
What is your pick of the week? Mark is cracking up in the Zoom in the background, and the audience members is from. Take it back. I won't be racist anymore. Go get your windmill. Ooh,
Pick of the week is something that's come up often in my live streams on my channel, and then out in the world is my Osmo Pocket 3 creator combo specifically.
Mark that. Brains. Okay, let's do that. No, not even that one. No, not that one. Win this one. And go back. Brains. What it do, Matt?
Creator combos on my channel, and then out in the world is my
SMOPOCKET 3. Leave that. Copy that. Go back to here. There.
There it is. There's the graph. Is an application called
Okay. 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 We in there like swimwear.
With products, the product is good. Now, it's easy to separate from
Pocket 3. I don't know what happened to it, but the screen reminded me I should have put it on. So since I'm getting the new, do I have to cut that out? Never mind, it's my show. Versus the rest of the people being good. So don't just make an immediate judge. They would have already sent me a new judgment.
the hype train or the hate train. Just make your own choice to get on or off that train.
Choices. Man, it's
Either way, right? The hype train or the hate train.
Fingers. There you go.
Train of hate or love. Either way, right? The hype train or the hate train. Just make your own choice to get
we're playing a game called is your certificate yet up? That's what this
Yep.
game is called.
put
If
the
you
thing
gotta
down,
be
flip it, and reverse it.
Is your okay? So over planning. That you mean?
Oh, because you're reading you're reading the notion. You can let me prompt you.
I thought you want me to do it live. Okay, but
Well, like,
Okay.
but don't look at the notion. I'm writing
Okay.
them, so I have notes to tell you. Okay, so
I'm-
close the
I'm-
notion.
hey, look, I'm
we
look
have
away.
a notion where we share things, but like over planning's the first one. Now, just like
I'm gonna look
minimize it
away.
for a second.
I'm gonna look away. In the meantime,
should've put it not
Lou is
in the
writing
notion.
that.
That's on
I
me.
want to remind you folks that if this is your first time listening, Creators Unstuck, and you finding any type of value in this situation whatsoever, yes, please do follow, subscribe, whatever you want to call it. And you're in a message from a new subscriber this week, and you know, a lot of times when those come in, you find any creator, industry, and how people is where I was in the street race and all, and then so if you only think about the negative ish that happens online, to see my man Wills when I come to LA with Mary Lou, I was in the garage. I was
Disadvantage.
yes.
How is it an advantage?
Oh, well, it's an advantage because in theory, should something come up, you should be ready. So in theory, you have also planned for the contingencies. I just say a lot of times the over planning types don't plan for contingencies. They got everything planned for the case. Are ugly because according to the phrase of the guy losing the battle, I saw them when they
Start.
bruh. So that's exactly 40. You know what I mean? So that's a prime example. See how foolish Steven Seagal looked with jet black everything? When you pivot, you make a mistake, you got plenty of time to overcome from it. You can go from rich to broke to rich again to broke again to rich again with the amount of time.
Oh, health issues or being differently abled.
Clone army, freaking.
Like
bruh.
it's huge. So
The best thing that ever happened to me was go to is 20 hours of travel. My own little VidCon in the Zoom meeting somewhere. Or they can make something look quite amazing. Jimmy to everybody and their mama, including Mary Lou and Dez, is up in there screaming in the back.
we just crying our eyes out. Yes.
Hey, if you believe that, hey, not
That's it. Everybody's just talking trash.
F your family. This is the thing. Okay? IRA and all this other BS. And I'm like, you would crush it if you would just think.
It's true. It's true. All right, the last one. We will end on
Show the trolls that come for them. For 67 years. Go death row. What a brother. Sorry. Clip it, put it in Notion, and build that awesomeness fire.
into content.
Yes.
Yet
I'm sorry.
yeah, and like so with trolls, there's a couple different ways that I end up approaching it. But one of my favorites is when I turn them into right? Like this is like what stand-up twist.
It's not safe.
When I wake up right.
So, no, it's a thing. Like, it's a thing. I agree with you 100%. When I have the energy for it, I'm going in. And what drives me crazy is when people, Allison Reynolds, and I just thought that was funny. So that's what that weird communicating with creators. You know what they say? This person is an engaged member of the platform. Let's bump up their videos and see what's
on you. Like I do that all the time, and Will is like, "Really?" I was like,
Dude,
"Yes."
I always
It's, like,
give
good to
strangers compliments, bro. Them having
And I hope that we gave you some little nuggets of joy in whatever your disadvantages that you.
or maybe somebody at work pissed them off. You might have just saved somebody's kid from getting their ass beat by giving somebody a compliment. Because people do dumb shit like that. They get a bad day and then they go home and beat their kids.
Right.
And I'm not
But
making that up. I know for real life.
Yeah, that's true. Like and just a little nuggets of putting good out there. It'll come back your way. It'll come back. Of putting good out there, it'll come. Disadvantage, unfair advantage.
I'm Doc Rock. You can find me all over the internet at Doc Rock Everything. And then that right there is the ever impressive, super dope, don't piss her off, Mary Lou.
You can find me all over the internet at Mary Lou.
Be sure, if you found any love in this, write it in the comments about your weaknesses or strengths or whatever you want to holler about. And we can't wait to see you again here on Creators Unstuck. So you know what it's time it is to say, see you again, Creators Unstuck. See you. He funny. He funny. It's up.
This is the moment we. This is the moment.
He funny. It's up. See you again, Creators Unstuck. See you. He funny. He funny. It's up.
This is the moment we waited for. Everything you want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year. Shoot 'em my shot, boy, I'm long.
Bingo. Bingo. Basically, what I did when I started this mess is I just edited the new episode at the end of the old episode, so it's easier for me to grab assets and I can keep the same assets over and over again and just use those. You know what I'm saying? So that makes your process a heck of a lot easier. You don't have to go through the drama of like just creating assets all the time and trying to remember what you created and making a match, right? So I'm just going to peel the front off real quick, call it that, and I'm going to use the, oh, come here. Sometimes my mouse is a pain in the butt. What I want to do is grab the, come here. Oh, you're being the pain in the butt. Do it this way. Oh, it won't let me do it. I should have cut it. That's okay. I'm not even going to bother with it. I'm not going to tweak. The hardest thing in doing this mess is working super hard not to tweak on things and be over here pressing all kind of crap. And yeah, it's just going to make you spend way too much time editing, and you don't really want to do that. And I did manage to do this in, even talking to you guys and Alphonic dragging ass, it was like hour and 10 minutes. It really should have been an hour, but it's more like an hour and 10 minutes. Anyway, so let me show you the output real quick. And I'll use Ecamm because then it's easier for you to see. I just go to share and I do HEVC, high efficiency, right?
And then I can take this off. Bingo, I don't need this. Bingo, go to my settings. I use computer because I know I'm going to put this on the web. And then I do 8-bit HEVC because I don't want to make it too big. And it's in 4K because, you know, what your man's is doing. And then it's going to come out to like 18 gigawatts. Like, that's totally going to work. That's perfectly fine. And then I just hit next. And then, yeah, it should upload relatively, it should finish rendering relatively quickly, just because it's a Mac Studio. But, yeah, that's it. Before I bounce up out of here and go eat lunch, anybody got questions? That's the key answer. Do we have any questions? Now is the time. Then I can just post this baby up and call it a day. I'll give you guys a couple of seconds. Again, I don't know. I might just turn this into unlisted or leave it for the members to check out. But, yeah. What the heck? Super funny. All right, there you go. Kevin's question is a good question. What's for lunch? I'm actually going to go make some homemade guacamole, and I'm going to do homemade guacamole and tortillas with some. We have this thing. It's called Kahlua pig, but it's basically like, you know, you hear about cooking a pig in the ground. It's like that. It's kind of like roast pork, but it's way better. All right, that's it. We're going to call it a day. I will see you guys on Saturday for a filming of the next one. Maybe I'll edit that one quicker. Maybe I'll edit that one on Saturday when we get done. Because, anyway, yeah, so it's rendering. Let's see how we done. Look, it's about 1/4 of the way through. So this thing is going to take, not even 4 minutes to render. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, family, I will see you guys on Saturday. I appreciate y'all for sliding through. And then, yeah, I'll holler. Thank you. Bye.